Hello everyone, my name is Cornelia Ross and today I want to talk about restitution. Now, my son had a hearing today. He had a trial, arraignment, and they laid the charges before him. And, they're putting him on a felony charge for burglary. And of course, they also want to pursue charges against him for the incident that happened at the school where he had the box cutter and he told some friends that he was going to do something to harm a young lady who had been bothering him. And so after everything was explained out and the consequences were laid before my son, what could possibly happen, all my son could really say was, when I'm leaving. Am I going to be able to leave soon? When am I getting out of here? And it's like, he doesn't really understand the severity of these charges. And, it's to the point where he's been so destroyed in his mind cognitively that he does things over and over and does not understand the consequences of what he's done. And he keeps doing the same thing. And it's like, he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand that what you've done is wrong. And now you're going to be facing these severe consequences as a result of what you've done. And it's like his brain was ruined. He can't grasp that. He can't comprehend that because of the damage that's been done to his brain. And when the judge or magistrate was talking to my son, he was telling him certain things that could possibly happen, such as, he could either, have probation or be sent somewhere to serve time, or he would be required to pay restitution to those who, faced harm at what he'd done. And that word stuck out to me, restitution. It's repayment for a loss. When you make up for something you've done, how you've caused someone some type of pain or some type of hurt, and you have to pay restitution to make up for it. And I look at my life, I look at my children, how my son's brain was destroyed, how he did not get the opportunity to live out his life. As a little boy in school, he did not get the opportunity. He had an intelligent mind. He had many things that God had promised for him to do. But because he was born into poverty, because he had the certain parents that he was deemed worthless and invaluable, and someone who could not, contribute to society. He was not given that opportunity. So therefore, he was targeted. And I look at how his mind was destroyed. He was not allowed that opportunity to do anything. And so now he's been groomed for pretty much to have a criminal record and spend the rest of his days behind bars or mental institutions, not able to go on and live his life. Even as I talk to you, as you can see and look at my face, you can see the black circles all over my eyes and all over my skin, and how my skin has been ruined and destroyed, where I've been targeted also. You can go back and look at videos that I made 6 or 7 months ago where I didn't look like this, and my features have been distorted and changed drastically and transformed. But people will say, oh, I'm crazy, or, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about, and then lie and say everything. But I look at all the damage that was done to our family because of all these demonic attacks. How my son, cannot live out his life and be the success that God created him to be. He cannot use his talents and gifts that God gave him because that was destroyed and taken from him. How my life was ruined and destroyed. How all the damage we received as a result of our enemies coming up against us. And it's like, I want restitution. Because we were not able to live out our lives, and we're not the only ones. God allowed a lot of evil to happen to us. Yes, I did his work. I went around and did his work, and as a result, I was retaliated against. We were attacked, we were mistreated, we were oppressed, and so many things were allowed to happen to us. And we want restitution. And that's what it is that I'm seeking, restitution. Because just as those who are, if something happens to you in the physical realm, you can go to court, you can press charges, and you can receive restitution for the damages. But who do we go to when there are spiritual attacks coming up against us? When things are hidden and covered up through other forms of attacks, through spiritual attacks, and your enemy is in the spiritual realm because they're fighting you with spiritual attacks, with spiritual weapons. Yes, this is in the Bible. It talks about that in the Bible. The thing is, people don't want you to believe that. The enemy does not want you to know about spiritual weapons. They don't want you to know about the hidden agendas to destroy our people using these spiritual weapons. But I'm asking for restitution because we have lost everything. We have lost our lives. I haven't been able to work. We've been kept in poverty and bondage. Our talents and gifts, everything are gone. Our children are behind bars. So many people have been destroyed. So many families, so many lives have been ruined. And this is time for restitution. Restitution from our enemies who come up against us. And those of you who are filled with the Holy Spirit, you know what I'm talking about. There are spiritual agendas, hidden agendas by the kingdom of darkness, and they do not want us to talk about it. When they deem you crazy and do everything in their power to shut you up, they go as far as taking your children from you, having you pink slipped and removed out of the house, putting you in mental institutions, everything they threaten you with because they don't want you to know, to speak about the truth. But you know, my life was ruined. I was destroyed. My enemies attacked and targeted me. And I have every right to ask God for restitution, vindication, and justice. And that is what I'm doing.